I've been thinking a lot about art recently, partly because it's a nice reprieve from the constant barrage of media negativity, but also because I follow a lot of artists on Instagram and I've been spending too much time scrolling. Anyway, all this has got me thinking about the importance of art, more specifically, art and the common good. And that reminded me of something I read in JP2's letter to artists. It says, "Within the vast cultural panorama of each nation, artists have their unique place. Obedient to their inspiration in creating works both worthwhile and beautiful, they not only enrich the cultural heritage of each nation and of all humanity, but they also render an exceptional social service in favor of the common good." Now, I don't consider myself an artist. A creator and a storyteller, yes, but an artist, that's something I aspire to. So I talked to a real full-fledged bona fide artist that I know, a man who goes by the name of GONZO247, to talk to him about his art and the common good. Gonzo is a graffiti artist and a muralist from Houston, Texas, whose work is respected in the graffiti scene and beyond. And I thought if there's any artist whose work consistently confronts the community of the common good, it's a graffiti artist.
Houston, at the time, was not the Houston that it is today. And people fear the unknown. And so when they saw graffiti, there was no separation between, hey, there's an artistic component to this, and all that's just gang related. And you're a thug, you're a criminal. If you have a spray can in your hand, the cops would just pull over and just harass you. So
Gonzo took a step forward and started to reconsider his motivation and how his art was viewed. And this is important here. JP2's letter says, the particular vocation of an individual artist decides the arena in which they serve and points as well to the task they must assume, the hard work they must endure, and the responsibility they must accept. Artists who are conscious of all this know too that they must labor without allowing themselves to be driven by the search for empty glory or the craving for cheap popularity, and still less by the calculation of some possible profit for themselves. There is therefore an ethic, even a spirituality of artistic service, which contributes in its way to the life and renewal of a people.
As I grew as a person, as I matured as an artist, and I mentioned earlier, I got to a point where I separated kind of my ego from what I was doing, because up until a certain point, everything that I did was for me. For me to see my name on the side of a train, for me to show Houston that I exist. And once I was able to let go of the ego, once I was able to kind of, swallow my pride and say, hey, you know what? It's not really about me. It's about the community that I'm going into to paint. And once I changed my direction, and once I was able to think about the community first instead of me, then my art started to really evolve in a different way.
Okay, so all this talk about art and community is still high level, so let's get concrete. A year or so back, we invited Gonzo to design and create a mural for us. For those of us who don't know, us is the University of St. Thomas, Houston. Don't get it twisted, Minnesota. Anyway, I'll let Gonzo tell the story.
So when the university reached out saying, we have this crazy idea, what do you think? I'm like, that's amazing. And so the idea was, we have all these walls, we have this new mantra, to be your bold self. We want to paint a mural on the wall. And for me, I did see how much of a leap and how much of a big step this was for the university. So I understood also the gravity of this. But the goal was to be able to visually tell a story that speaks on the university, speaks on the campus, speaks on the saint, speaks on the neighborhood, the city, and to be able to put all that together in a way that really just, you see it for what it is at first, but then the artwork almost makes your eyes go and explore every part of the mural, and you can slowly start to pick different things out. I think the school leadership had the courage to say, okay, this is unorthodox, we're not really known for this type of thing, but we're gonna take a chance on this. And they're doing it for the love of their community. They're doing it for the love of their students. They're doing it for the love of the city.
I think Gonzo's right. The mural serves as a sign for all those who see it that the university is and wants to be a part of the community surrounding it. We live at the intersection of the Museum District and Montrose. an intersection flanked by art and subcultures. And if that isn't where a Catholic university is called to serve, then I don't know where is. Finally, both JP2 and Gonzo have some choice words about our innate desire to create. I'll let JP2 go first. He says, "Dear artists, you all know that there are many impulses which, either from within or from without, can inspire your talent. Every genuine inspiration, however, contains some tremor of that breath with which the creative spirit suffused the work of creation from the very beginning."
I know a lot of people that are creative and for whatever reason chose another path in life. And I think deep down inside, everyone wants to create, everyone has a need to create. And I'm lucky that I'm in a position where that's what I can do every day. I feel like everyone needs to create something every day. And create doesn't necessarily mean art. You know, could be singing, could be dancing, could be poetry, could be anything. It's the idea that you have this idea in your head and then you manifest the idea, you know, through a process that you create. So that I think everyone should make that an exercise.
Now, we're at the end of this video, but it's just the beginning of this conversation. If you're interested in my full conversation with Gonzo, there's a link in the description below. We go deep in on his career, graffiti and hip hop culture, and his inspiration. If you hadn't had a chance to read the letter to artists, I strongly encourage you to read it, especially if you're interested in pursuing art. It's encouraging and accessible, and it's only like 13 pages, so it's a quick read. Anyway, it's linked in the description below too. Finally, follow us on social media. If you're watching this on YouTube, click subscribe. If not, check us out on Instagram at MaxStudiosUST. And Gonzo, where did they check you out?
My website, GONZO247, and that's the numbers. So GONZO, number 2, number 4, number 7, .com. And then at GONZO247 on Instagram and Facebook. So
that's it. Thanks for watching. Now get out of here and go create something.